Welcome back to another episode of the Let's Play. This is episode 2. Off camera, I've done a little bit of work, and maybe too much work. But this is gonna be the build that has all the biomes that connects with this bridge. I added a perpendicular bit, like I said I was gonna do, and I think it breaks up all of this dark oak quite a bit. This new addition to the house is gonna be quite large, and I don't know how I feel about it just yet. I'm gonna have a plethora of different biomes in these like quad areas right here, and I need some grass. I'm just gonna try and see, maybe design a biome this episode. Yeah, I think right here I want to have a plains biome, just to keep it simple. First biome should be a plains. It's kind of like the default biome in this game. So let's just lay a bunch of grass blocks. Unfortunately, they're not going to be the color of a plains biome. They're going to be like the color of a taiga. Kind of sucks, but there's not anything I can really do about that realistically. Do something like that and grab some bone meal. What type of flowers primarily generate in the plains biome? Like when you bone meal the ground. I don't really want to touch this area because it's special. Let's see. Okay, so some of these, definitely some of these. Okay, we got those. These as well. Oh yeah, those shrubs, and I think that's it. My inventory full. Gosh dang it. I'll just throw these in my offense for the time being. I don't need too many because the diorama isn't really too big. I think this is gonna be so cool once it's done. It's just sprinkle in some flowers, poppies. I don't want to make this look like a flower forest, so I need to keep the flowers kind of light. So maybe like one more right there and some of these. Why? Oh my gosh. Alright, I like that a lot. I think I can tone down this hill a little bit. It's a plains biome after all. Just keep it as flat as can be. I think I also want to do a tree. I'm gonna empty my inventory out quite a ton because I just have all these blocks I don't need at the moment. I need another bundle to put all these flowers in, but just throw all this on higher. Nope, not those. I keep all my logs inside a separate shulker box. I think it just cleans things out quite a bit. In fact, I may actually have a sapling in here. I just need one sapling. I had flowers in here, are you kidding me? Just need one oak sapling, and maybe not. What I can do is add a river. I don't have too much room in here, so maybe I should plant a tree. Because I was gonna, like, you don't really see too many trees inside, like, plains. Typically see those in, like, forests. But I'm not really gonna do a plains and an oak forest. I'm kind of gonna merge those two biomes into one. So let's grab an oak sapling, a firefly bush, sugarcane, maybe some seagrass, and we'll go from there. No method. Alright, maybe place the firefly bush right there, with a little bit of sugarcane, not too much there, and no, I don't like the sugarcane, but seagrass, maybe. Can I bone meal seagrass? What else? Sapling, yes. Place that right there. Perfect. Ew, that's really big. I think it'll be fine. I do want some leaf litter, like on the ground, and maybe some bushes. Like some leaf litter right here. Maybe some tall grass. I think that works. The tree is really big, but thankfully I did build this build pretty tall, and so I think it has enough room to have tall trees, especially with like some mega taiga trees and jungle trees. Let's go ahead and get the second biome built. Birch forest, dark oak, spruce, jungle, acacia. I don't have room to build every single overworld biome, so there's a couple I'm gonna omit from this, like a birch forest. I don't think I'm gonna build, but I do want to go ahead and build a taiga right here. So that one's gonna be easy because we live next to one of those. And mega taigas are kind of hilly, so I'm gonna just spam a bunch of dirt through here. Actually, continue this little river through here. That'll be really cute. Maybe have it going through all the biomes. That's an idea. Mega taigas also have boulders, and I definitely want to build at least a small version of that. I don't honestly know if I have any mossy cobble. Let's see. Where's my cobblestone? Just that cobblestone. Yes, perfect. Grab a couple of each and fly back over here. I love this so much. Like, I'm having so much fun designing this. Maybe this, maybe that, and that. Maybe keep this a block and just do something like that. Yeah, I like that. Got a little bit more bundle left, so I'm gonna just sporadically go through here and plant grass. Mega taigas don't really have too many flowers, but what they do have is mushrooms, specifically brown mushrooms. We got a couple flowers and then also have dead bushes. So let's go grab some of those. And then the tree, which I'll probably just put right there and mill it. That is kind of tall, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I can get rid of this bottom layer of leaves. Dark oak forests, they have a little bit of terrain to traverse, and they have some grass, not too many flowers. I'm gonna get rid of all these poppies. Before I get too carried away, I'm gonna go ahead and expand the river. They have a bunch of these dandelions. I'm gonna place some of those. They also have a bunch of tall mushrooms, specifically the red ones. So I'm gonna go grab some dark oak saplings as well as some red mushrooms and see if I can't make the place too crowded while also having these structures. I need a dark oak sapling. Whoa, that's way too tall. That's really tall. Gosh dang it. Well, I'm always needing dark oak, so that's, I guess, a plus. I gotta wait for this tree to decay. Let's try this again. That's better, I guess. Not really. So after like 5 trees, I gave up and went up here and forced the tree to be a certain height by placing blocks. And I love this. I love the canopy it has. I don't have enough room to build a fully grown red mushroom, so I kind of just built my own. And I don't really like it, but we'll see. The next biome I want to make, I'm not too sure. Maybe a jungle. I think a jungle would be fun to put right here. Alright, so jungles are very hilly, so I'm gonna add a lot of grass. Bone mill the crap out of this place because it's a jungle. Get rid of all the grass and only keep the ferns because I think jungles are primarily filled with all of that. And get rid of all the grass and the flowers. Also gonna continue this river. I'm actually gonna add like a little pond right here because jungles have those as well. Alright, there's my jungle biome. I love this build. I think it's such a great addition. I don't know what else Biome's gonna add. Probably maybe a Savannah, a mushroom island, maybe a cherry grove, maybe a pillow. Why am I black? So, I looked over the footage, edited it, and I apologize. I had my AC running in the background, and even though I have filters on the OBS, the AC came through mainly when I was talking, and I'm kind of mad, but I should have known. I'm gonna try and keep it off for the rest of this video. It's gonna get pretty hot in here, but I'm sorry. But I'm not black no more, so I guess that's good. Not that there's anything wrong with being black. But anyways, yeah, this is my jungle. I kind of completely like skipped over building it because most of that footage you could hardly hear me, and I just deleted it all, and here we are. I just planted some jungle trees. I was gonna go with normal jungle trees, like the really tall ones, but they're not gonna fit. They're gonna like be way too tall, especially relative to all of these trees right here. So I just went with the single block, small jungle trees. Added some sand, added some bamboo, capped it with some string so it won't grow no more. Added some bushes, some podzol, and I consider this done. This is honestly probably my favorite biome, like out of the 4 I've built. The next biome I'm gonna go ahead and construct right here is gonna be a savanna. I don't know why when this build comes to mind, I imagine a savanna. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that out of the way so my brain can forget about it and move on to other biomes. Another thing that kept making me really mad, this is kind of off topic from Minecraft, but besides my cat that kept hopping up on my desk, and she's really big, so where I have my PC case, it's right beside my desk. I haven't really set up my proper desk just yet, but the power button, I have the Fractal North XL case, and the power button is right on top of the case. And because she's so fat and heavy, she presses the power button and turns my computer off, and it sucks because that, combined with the fact that the video editor that I use to edit these videos, it's not the best. It's free. Well, it's not technically free, but it's really easy to find a registration code on like Reddit or something, and it crashes a lot of the time, especially when there's a lot of stuff in the file. Like right now, I think for this video, I have 2 videos. One of them was supposed to be, it was like my first attempt at making episode 2. I made it like right when I woke up. I was really determined to get an episode out, and I literally started working on it right when I woke up. And I'm very groggy in that video, and I hated it because I hardly talked, and when I did, it was very, very quiet. That doesn't make for very good content, so I didn't want to delete it because it was 40 minutes of footage. So what I did was I just added it to the project and went through and made it like kind of like a montage. That's why at the start of this video you'll kind of see that montage. It's also why I didn't just go ahead and re-record the entirety of episode 2, even with the mic issues, because I was tired, and I didn't feel like turning all of this into a montage because it's a lot, and I don't like to do too much off-camera work. I definitely want to continue this river, but I don't want it going across the glass, so I think I'm just going to start a new river over here. Maybe add like a little pond right here, and then it can just continue this away through there, like so, just like that. Also gonna add some sand because Savannahs, they kind of have a little bit of sand next to the rivers. Place the tree like right there. Hopefully it's not gonna be too tall. Never mind. Well, I don't have too much acacia because I don't really build with it. I gotta wait for all that to decay. I think I may just go to sleep. Making that montage though, like turning all the first attempt at episode 1 into a montage, it brought me back to those days when I had this one new world that I started with both my brothers as well. I made it right when Caves and Cliffs came out. I was recovering from my scoliosis surgery, and I wanted a world that I could build on and record kind of separate from this world, just to kind of breathe light into that whole nostalgia fixation I have. All the episodes though, I think I only had like 7 or 8. I was working on the 9th video, but I gave up at that point. They were all recorded in montage format. Literally there was no voice at all. It kind of ruined the vibe. They were very hard to watch because it was literally nothing but montage for like 20 to 30 minutes straight. And because of that, I ended up scrapping all of those videos. I still have all the files on my hard drive, but they're still on my channel. They're just privated. They're not the best content. I may re-release them. Heck, I may even go through all the footage I have because I have a lot that's has not even seen the light of day since I recorded it. Because how I would record them back in the day, I would only, every time I would hop on that world, I would have OBS up. And I would record literally every single second I played on that world. When I was done playing and felt like editing, I would pull up those files in the same crappy editor and edit them into montages. And I have a ton of footage that I haven't even touched, like I said. And I may probably not go back and edit those. I've also kind of debated about using maybe structure blocks, taking all the builds, because what I was doing before, kind of like a starter base, I was turning the village into my base, redesigning all the homes, and that was my base until I would move on and build my actual base. I actually had an idea back then because there was a mega taiga really close by, not planned at all. It was a random seed, and I was gonna have like a fictional portal that would take me over here, and then I would record on here with montages. Thankfully, that never took off because now I'm here making Let's Play videos. This does not look like a savanna at all. I'm gonna keep it a lot more flat. Maybe get rid of some of the sand. What else could I add to this biome to make it look like a savanna? Because right now, it literally just looks like a plot of dirt with a savanna tree. Maybe I could add another tree. God damn it. That is so freakishly tall. No, I don't want that. Like, it literally was a stick of wood and then one extra log pulled to the side. Like, what is that? Also, feature request time. I know this has been suggested before, but can we get dirt slabs? Like, dirt slabs right here would be so cool because I could add something other than dark oak right here. Maybe spruce slabs. Is there any slab in the game that looks like dirt that I could use right here? Like, I could go underneath and kind of redesign the bottom. That way I could have, like, a grass floor. There's mud. Do we have packed mud, I think is what it's called. Is there, like, a slab variant of that? No, there's not. But there's mud brick slabs, so those could work. Maybe. I don't think so because of the texture. It's better than the dark oak. I will say that. But then I can't do the seagrass over here. Maybe I'll just leave this like that and then do the slabs in every other biome. Alright, well, while I wait for that tree to decay, I'm gonna go ahead and start designing the next biome that I honestly forgot about. I literally had to go to Google and look up biomes. The desert. I forgot the desert existed, so I think it's fitting. Where am I going? I think it's fitting to build a desert right next to the savanna because they generally generate right next to one another. I just gotta find where I keep my sand. Maybe like half a stack of this. And cactus. I need cactus. I have acacia saplings in here. I'm just gonna grab one of these. When did they add these? Like, I had one. Only one. But when did they add these? I forgot they were in the game. Alright, desert. Keep it very basic. Bunch of cactuses everywhere. Why do these sound like wool? Alright, I don't want these growing anymore, so I'm gonna go grab some string. Sleeping through the night. I'm over here looking at a desert biome on Google, and I heard a sound. I thought it was in real life, but I think it came from the game. I can only imagine the sapphire bushes. I love this block so much. It's such a great addition. But here's my desert. I added smooth sandstone slabs. They match perfectly. Some dead bushes. Threw some string on these cacti. I think it's done. I don't think there's anything else to a desert. Alright, I got two more plots to express creativity. There's so many different biomes in this game that I want to build so bad. You hear that? You hear that? Is that you? Are you making more sounds I've never heard of? I love you. Okay. I think I'm gonna do a mesa or Badlands right here, and then a snow biome. I'm gonna go ahead and build this. Alright. Badlands biome is done. I used these slabs right here, and I went through where there's a beam. I replaced whatever block was there with the dark oak slab, And I think I'm gonna also replace these. The last biome I'm gonna do is going to be a snowy plains. I know there's a lot of other cool biomes I could do, like a cherry grove or pale oak or mushroom island, but unfortunately I just don't have the room. But I think this build's coming along really nice. All right, time to build the snow biome. I present to you the snow biome. I added spruce tree. This is the spruce tree I wanted over here, but I think it's fitting because this one's bigger. It's supposed to represent a mega taiga. I added some snow layers on top of the tree, all over this biome. I didn't know you could do this trick. Like, you put down grass, you can actually bone mill the ground and it hides the grass. I thought you can only get this through natural means. But I continued the river, added a pond right here. Threw in some packed ice so it doesn't melt, and yeah, I think this biome's done. It's a very simple biome, but I mean, I think you can just look at it and automatically tell it's a snowy plains or snow biome. I need to put depth starter on these boots. Air Force Ones. Question is, what block do I put in here? Like, do I go with pale oak or do I go with mud slabs? I could try pale oak. I like it. It doesn't look natural, but I like it. It goes well with the snow. Maybe it's like Celeste or something. But yeah, that's all of the biomes that I'm gonna have inside this build. I was really nervous to start this project, but I think it turned out quite well. I definitely am kind of sad that this is all I could fit in here. There's no reason why I can't expand it this way. But I think already the build is large enough. I still have to do the walls and the ceiling, and that's going to be a very long process. It's a very pointless build, kind of like this one over here. Oh my gosh, Squid, what are you doing all the way over here, dummy? Go back to your house. But I think it's a really great addition to the rest of my base. Now I just gotta actually finish it. Or I can leave it incomplete, like I do with the majority of the builds in this world. Alright, that will be all for episode 2. Thank you for watching. A lot done today. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.